Hi everybody, my name is Clayton James and I wanted to make a video to talk about my origin story on how I came about incorporating a whole foods plant-based diet into my lifestyle, my health and fitness routine. And I wanted to, there's a little bit of a backstory behind that. So I'm 33 years old, I'll be 34 in a couple of months. And one of the things when I turned 30 that I started becoming a concern of mine was my health. I started noticing that I didn't really have the energy in the morning that I used to, and my recovery time for my workouts was, not getting any faster, and I kept getting injured. And so I began looking at alternatives to what I was doing that may be beneficial to me. And a couple of things happened to me that were really important along that journey. I got in a really bad car accident when I was 23, and it ruptured my colon. I had to have 1.5 feet of my large intestines removed, and they split me open and pulled all my guts out and cut 1.5 feet out, and I was in ICU for 3 weeks, and then in the hospital for a total of 3 months. I had to relearn how to walk. I got so emaciated in bed. I think I got down to like 110 pounds. And I was like 145 at the time of the accident. But and I got all these complications from that too. I got abscesses in between the loops of my bowels and blood infections. I had peritonitis and sepsis. All the nurses had to be like hazmat suited out to come in and administer medication to me. It was a terrible experience in my life. But I have felt that if I don't take care of my body, that is going to have some long-term damaging effects on me, or it's going to put me in an earlier grave than otherwise. The other thing that really happened to me that was detrimental was a traumatic brain injury. I fractured my skull 5 years ago. The car accident happened 10 years ago. This happened 5 years ago. I got what's called a subdural hematoma, and I went paralyzed on the right side of my body. Blood pooled in between my brain and my skull, and it cut all the circulation off to the left hemisphere of my brain was not functioning. So I couldn't talk, I couldn't walk. I was just, anyways. They got me in a helicopter and did emergency surgery and saved my life, and I miraculously got released from the hospital like 4 days later. But I did have some long-term effects from that. So I developed a speech impediment, and I had these really intense, like short-term memory loss problems going on that actually continued for several years. But I would be describing something to somebody and not be able to call to memory the word that I wanted to use to describe whatever it was I was talking about, and it would just frustrate me to tears. And I started looking into, like I said, things that I could do to improve the status of my mind and my body, and some amazing things happened in my family. A few years ago, my mother came across Forks Over Knives, and at the time she was developing hypertension. She had high blood pressure. The doctors thought she might be in the early development stages of carpal tunnel in her wrists, and she was 30 pounds overweight, or she wanted to lose 30 pounds. And she watched this video and documentary and was all excited, told me about it, and said that she was going to give it a try. And within 3 months, she called me all excited. And she was like, "Clayton, my hypertension, the high blood pressure, all of it's down. I lost 25 of the 30 pounds. This is amazing." And she told my grandparents about it too, her parents. And my grandfather, they're in their late 70s now. He had type 2 diabetes, and she excitedly told him about the results that she was getting, as well as to watch Forks Over Knives. And he and my grandmother gave it a shot, and within 2 months, his type 2 diabetes completely gone. His body regularly producing insulin. I mean, it was just blew my mind. So I really thought that if everybody in my family was getting all these amazing benefits from it, I should try it too. So I dabbled in the water for a couple of years, because I knew that if I jumped 100% in and just like completely cut everything out of my life that I've been eating and used to eating and all of that, that I'd probably have a bad experience with it and end up, setting it aside and going back to my old habits. And so my change was a very slow progression over the course of a couple of years. I just kind of sat with my toes in the water. And one of the important things that I realized in all of that was it is very important for me to not judge myself negatively for having a craving to want a piece of pizza or some ice cream or a cheeseburger, and then on top of that to like give into that craving, you know what I mean? Because here's the thing that happened to me. As I incorporated a whole foods plant-based diet into my lifestyle, as I added more foods than I was eating that were processed foods and junk foods and things that don't come out of the earth, my taste started changing. The things that I was desiring, what would set my mind craving on something, started to be things like fresh fruit, and don't get me wrong, there's like all kinds of whole foods plant-based like junk food that you can eat that still has a bunch of sugar in it. It's not healthy for you, and everything in moderation. But I was just amazed at how, as I continued along this process, my taste buds started changing. And the other thing that I started noticing too was I started becoming more in tune with my body. And I watched a documentary, and they were talking about us as human beings. We really are symbiotes. We are symbiotes with the microbiome in our gut. And if you tune in, you can listen, and it'll tell you what it needs. And I was just blown away. I'd go to the grocery store and be walking down the produce aisles, and I would see something, and it would just like magnetically pull me towards it, so I put it in the cart and eat it. And I got to learn how to cook. I mean, the extent of my knowledge of cooking prior to getting started on this journey was, boiling water to cook macaroni and cheese or spaghetti, and throwing stuff in the microwave, or going out and eating, generally, fast food or gas station burritos, all kinds of just terrible processed foods. And but anyways, I noticed also that the times that I would give in to my urges and like go have pizza or a cheeseburger or whatever, the rest of the day I would just feel extremely sluggish. And anyway, so it's become less and less and less. And 3 months ago, I decided that I really I wanted to fully incorporate it into my life, but I didn't quite get there. I'd say about 90% of my diet for the last 3 months has been a whole foods plant-based diet, and but it's gotten, like I said, it's gotten less and less and less, and I feel like I'm making really great progress. But the thing that has inspired me to go all in, and I want to document my journey moving forward from this point, is because I've received just the most incredible, amazing results, physically, emotionally, spiritually, I feel as well, from having a mainly whole foods plant-based diet. So I had to quit working out a year ago because I injured my shoulder, and prior to that, I had hit a plateau. With my bench press, I got stuck at 225 pounds, and I couldn't, like one rep, couldn't get past that. I've broken clear of that ceiling. I've actually broken, now at 33 years old, I am in better shape, I am healthier, I am more energetic, I am more fit, I am stronger than I ever have been in my entire life. I'm in the best shape that I've ever been in my entire life. I have energy for days, and my workouts are just incredible, and the results that I'm getting are incredible, and I'm not hitting any plateaus. I'm able to steadily increment the weights that I'm lifting, and I keep improving, and it's just amazing me because it's only been 3 months. And when I started this journey, I remember the first day that I walked into the gym. So I work out at Planet Fitness where I live at New Mexico, and I put up 135 pounds on the bench press rack, and I really struggled to get 5 reps out of that. And I've gone from that to being able to bench press over 265 pounds. I can deadlift close to 400. I'm squatting around 350. I mean, it's just incredible. One of the things that I accomplished the other day, I did muscle ups for the first time in my entire life. I've never been able to do that before, and I did 3 of them in a row. That just blew my mind, and it was just, oh, I wonder if I could do this. And then I got up and I did it, and it's been like that with my workouts, every workout that I've had, and I've documented 100% of all of it too. And I want to share all of that with you. And I want to document this next series because my state is shut down, and the gym's shut down. I wouldn't be able to film there anyways because it's Planet Fitness, but I now have the opportunity to do calisthenic workouts, and I know a whole bunch of really good calisthenic workouts to do, so I'm going to make some videos filming that, and I also want to make some videos talking about some of the health benefits and some of the nutrition facts and just other facts about you know, transitioning and adopting a whole foods plant-based lifestyle into your life. I really want to touch on all of the positive medical benefits, and I'll be quoting things from peer-reviewed science and you know, documentaries that I've watched and books that I've read, and just where I've gathered all the information that got me so interested in it. And anyways, I hope that you will join me on this journey. And please feel free to like and subscribe. I do reply to the comments, so if you have any questions for me, please feel free to ask away. And I will be making, like I said before, a series of videos of calisthenic workouts, and then a series of videos of my meals that I make. And then I also am going to talk about the plant-based nutrition supplements that I take, as well as essential oils, because if you haven't heard about the medicinal and the positive therapeutic benefits of essential oils, I think you will be pleasantly surprised. I mean, they are incredible. So I just want to share all of that, because those are all the things that I get a lot of positive results from in my life, and I just wanted to share that with everybody because it's working so well for me, and I think if it's working so great for me, it can work just as great for you too. So I'll see you guys in the next video.